I'm on time. Yo, I was extra early today.
Like you
I might have been the
never
first one in here.
Yo, you definitely early today, but you always late, homie.
Always late.
Bro.
That's because I
Always
like
late.
taking naps. Yeah, I still don't appreciate naps in 2018.
I don't know, man. You be moving like the MVP of the squad right now. You know, just popping when you're late.
Just know I'm fashionably late. You know what I'm saying? I got my Astros on.
Gears matches, no practice, moving like Irish.
It's kind of spooky that tomorrow, Jimmy.
Kofi low-key trying to sub me out the Gears match tomorrow.
Nah, low-key, man. I might need a sub, man. I might need a substitute.
This is crazy. I thought Kofi was my brother, but obviously not. Obviously, he trying to sub me out, man. This is wild.
Oh, yo, we can't catch his L though. That's the thing, man. If we catch his L, it'll be devastating for real, man.
I thought it was bros before L's, but I guess not.
Oh man,
no sir.
Y'all better than me. I'd have been 2-3 hours late.
Oh yeah,
I done had people sitting. I did a stream. Well, I set a stream up one day and forgot to take it down. People was up for hours, and I ain't gonna live out all that day.
Oh man, we live, people. Welcome to Press Start Podcast, episode 46. And we got a full house today, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do the introductions. I'm gonna start off with my panel first, real quick. We got J May. Say what up.
Yo, my coming through clear. What's going on, everybody? J May back checking in with the podcast. Should be a good show today. We got a couple guests that'll introduce themselves soon. And hope y'all having a great week. And let's get to it.
We got Jack.
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's Jack Moo, man. The guru of Giddy Up. But you can also call me your
Damn.
great right now. Your pony.
And we got Alex.
What's up, everybody? It's it's Alex, your second favorite Corporate Slave Awards co-host and your absolute most hated Press Start podcast member. Thanks for coming by.
No man. And we got, our first lady, Erica. Say what up.
Yeah, the late first lady. We're a minute late. It was my fault for once. But yeah, the adulting has me stressed out a little bit. I was taking care of some stuff. But I'm here. Happy to be here. We got some big YouTubers on, right?
I know.
Hey, I'm in here. We got some celebrities in here.
Jackson in here.
Gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and our two guests, man. I've been trying to get these guys on for a bit now. I'm glad to have them on the podcast today. We got Chase. Say what up, Chase.
What up? I ain't know why. Let's just get right to the shit, man.
Y'all already know all that, man. And we got Dreamcast guy.
Hello. Happy to be here.
All right, that's dope. So we got a pretty good show for you guys today. We got a lot of topics that I wanna, hit on. We're gonna start it off with the bullshit. We're gonna talk about cardboard today. We're gonna talk about cardboard. We're gonna talk about
2018. We're talking about dolls and cardboard. That's all we're gonna go.
But we were warned. We were warned. When Nintendo comes out and says that, look, guys, what we're showing is going to be for kids. You already thought all their content was for kids, so you already knew we were going to show some bullshit. So basically, Nintendo announced a new experience called Nintendo Labo. That's how you say it, Labo.
Labo or something?
Labo.
I think it's
Labo. How you pronounce this shit?
Labo.
Yeah, we gotta ask Blandrew because he clearly knows. He pre-ordered this shit, dog.
Oh my god!
You should have got Blandrew's ass in here today.
I thought it was like Labo, like lab, like I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what
Labo.
Yeah.
Okay, yo, we're gonna dub it Garbo because I think it look completely trash, man. Shit makes no sense to me. Yeah, so Nintendo announced this new experience, which is a game that revolves around you building cardboard boxes or folding cardboard boxes. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man, how I feel about this. They said this is for the kids. I don't even know if kids want to play with this, but the thing's been sitting at like #1 on Amazon since it was announced. So niggas are actually out here paying $80 for some cardboard box.
But you're forgetting the most important part about the Labo.
What's up?
It's released on 420.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
are you serious?
Yes, sir.
So what you're saying? You would have to
that's my things are gonna get a little spacey, and I might become an actual robot. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh man.
Now I know what to get J-Main for his wedding.
That's what I'm saying. I might have to cop that for the wedding reception and shit.
What is the point? What is the point of putting the Switch all on the box? What was that like?
I have no idea. Like I seen it in the trailer, like a man put the Switch on and like it turned into a piano. And I'm like, this is what kids want to play though. Like
it's supposed to be like some more immersion to the.
But look at what kids play with today. It's like fidget spinners and like Roblox, and still Minecraft is still big. They just want to build stuff. So
because obviously, like we're not the target audience for this shit. No. You know, obviously we're not the target audience. You know, I really give two shits about this shit. But I'm just curious, like, do you think this thing will be a smash for Nintendo Dreamcast guy? What do you think?
I hope not.
I don't think so. I think that this is going to have an early start. I feel like it's going to be something that parents buy, assuming kids are going to like, and then no kids are going to ask for it, and the sales are going to slump off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the one, man. Like cardboard boxes for real, man. Like
I kind of think I think different. I ain't gonna lie. Like Alex was saying, kids these days, like they into stuff we don't even think we would like kids would be into. I saw kids playing with slime. Like they literally just
you mean Gak?
Yeah,
Gak was the best.
Yeah. Nah, we was playing with slime when we was younger.
Yo, we were playing with Gak. Man, when you put the Gak in a cup and make it fart, that's the best.
What? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that. Like kids, they into different things. So it might not pick up at first, but I think like over time it might do some things.
So I have cats, and I think if I get this, my cats will just rip it apart.
Yo, but I seen it in the trailer. I seen it in the trailer, like a guy was stepping on the box. I'm like, yeah, aren't you gonna crumple the thing? Like, you know, he was like using it as like a pedal or some shit. Like,
it was like a foot pedal.
Yeah, so how lightly do you have to put your foot on that? Like, you're gonna be crushing it. You're gonna crush it. That's crazy. So I heard at first there was like reports saying like Nintendo's gonna provide free cutouts, but apparently that was false. So they're actually gonna be charging people for like each one or some crap like that.
Yeah. I read
it's like 28 in a box, I think.
28 in the box. Okay, so
but you got to put it together. Like,
okay, so I'm trying to understand this because I'm still kind of lost. So
I think Dreamcast guy knows.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Dreamcast guy. You buy this Labo thing, right? And it comes with a whole bunch of cardboard box, like a starter pack. So are they all the mini games are on the cartridge, basically, right? That you use it to build,
along with instructions of like how to build it and how to set it up. That way you don't have a bunch of different instructions. The Switch is basically also your like your instruction manual, and then once you have it built, you play it. But the weirdest thing to me is definitely the fact that it's definitely going to break down. Stuff like the fishing pole, that's going to break at about 6
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it looks like
the robot suit with the strings, that's going to break.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when some 32-year-old guy's trying to put on that backpack and go, "I'm a robot," it's gonna rip.
Oh man,
they're gonna have to buy more because I mean, Nintendo has officially said now, no, we're not gonna show you how to make them. You're gonna have to buy them.
Yeah, so I don't understand.
I got a question about this too, because I saw the video a couple of times. They had one where they put these Joy-Cons in a little remote control car, and it was actually driving around.
Yeah, was it moving? So I don't understand.
Okay, this is my question, right? Is it actually gonna move around, or is this just like your imagination supposed to?
It just vibrates.
Like it vibrates. Yeah, and that's what it is. I had a toy like that because I was a really poor kid, and we had one where literally the right Joy-Con will vibrate the right side, and the left Joy-Con will vibrate.
And that's how it moves.
Okay. Yeah, and so you're literally
trash.
Yeah, literally.
That ain't going nowhere.
Oh, that is trash.
Yeah, the one thing I think is cool though is the robot one, because it had like when they opened up the backpack one, it had like a bunch of little levers and things inside of it, like moving up and down.
So you build that all yourself?
So you build it all yourself with the string that they give you. But like the thing for me is, when I was a kid, I was pretty like rambunctious and pretty wild. So I don't know about anybody else.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids are gonna rip these things in half.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be on the couch. Someone's dad's gonna sit on it and crush it. And
it's $80. And so what I was thinking of was, what if somebody was able to get like printouts and was able to 3D print them and actually make it like out of a plastic?
They gotta sell them separately though, because the game is one of the reasons it's 80 though, right?
Is it?
Oh, it comes with.
Yeah, I think they game retail for at least 50. I know.
All right, so I guess that they're gonna continue to add mini games, maybe, and I don't know, man.
Probably like updated.
I think this is their new gimmick of the generation, and I think the idea is kind of crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see. So far,
it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, so far it's been selling on Amazon. That's why I'm surprised people are actually copying this shit. But
I think Landry ordered like 10.
Well, I want to say I don't think it's a bad idea. I think the execution is very poor. Like that cardboard's not gonna last against them little kids, bro.
Yeah. After you put them together
like a really
once,
mean cousin.
Oh yeah, they'll just rip
Kids
it.
are rough. They rough.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You imagine two robots fighting each other, it's all gonna fall apart.
Well, I was thinking about it the other day. Like, remember that one E3? And I don't know if maybe Chase or Dreamcast guy could correct me. There was one E3 where there was like Miyamoto and Reggie fighting as robots. Was this, you think, where they got the idea from? It just seemed kind of silly to me.
Maybe that it's funny because what this makes me think of is, remember, somebody stumbled upon all these patents by Nintendo last year, and it was this person putting stuff on a headset, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's Nintendo VR!" And now we see this. And
shit!
Like, so this is actually what it was, because one of the Nintendo the backpack connects to your head as well. So it's like, oh, Nintendo's not making VR; they're making cardboard glasses.
Oh man!
Oh man! Yeah.
My god!
This is definitely, you know, the idea is definitely out there for this Nintendo Labo.
That's what Nintendo does. Like, they always go the opposite direction.
Yeah, this is definitely.
So why they doing all of that? Did they do something to make people's headsets compatible? Because y'all remember that adapter that had 7 pieces and shit.
Yeah. Hey, that's the thing. Like, they actually have a lot of things to fix with the Switch. Like, you know, there's no messaging on it. There's no voice chat on it. Literally, you know, it's a straight gaming device. It doesn't really do
there's no like.
Yeah, like it needs a lot of work in other aspects. Hopefully this shit comes soon. Apparently, like I heard that like their online services was like delayed to 2019, but was later corrected. It was like later corrected for 2018.
Well, we got to think about it like this. Do you really need online services if you could play a cardboard piano? The
thing is, there's no DRM for the piano.
No, but like, I don't know, man. Like niggas just want some basic shit, man. All I want is like an internet browser. Send somebody a message. Yeah, you know. What else? A party chat. Like that's all I need like from the Switch right now when it comes to like software features. Like at least the main shit. Like right now it's spooky. If they're still like using the phone app shit, oh man. I don't plan on paying for the service, to be honest, yo. If it's not up to par, man. Like
they pushed it to next year, right?
It's supposed to be this year.
Pay for it, Kofi. You're a fanboy, dog.
I thought I heard they pushed it, but
yo, Jack, bet if it's trash.
You gonna pay for you a fan?
It has nah.
It's gonna be that one game, and you gonna pay for it.
I don't care if it's Smash. I don't care. I'm using it for.
I'm using
it for an offline device. Bet money,
bro. You gonna buy it, bro?
Bet money.
Smash.
What if it's
it's just one game? I how you be doing, bro?
What if it's like?
I don't even pay for PSN. Like I swear I bought PSN for the first time in how long, yo? Like,
but you always say it's because we don't have no multiplayer games. If it had multiplayer games, you probably would play it. If Smash come out, fam, you is gonna
man. Yo, I might have to get on my blackbound and boycott.
There you go. He gonna talk about I got a gift card. I ain't spending.
That's what I do too, bro. Yeah.
I got a gift card. I
got a gift card, man. Oh man. But seriously, yo, they need to get their act together for like when it comes to like the important shit. Like I remember there was like a little rumor leak when it showed like the Switch having like a whole bunch of features. I don't know if you guys seen that video floating around and it was confirmed to be fake. Boy, yo, that's all that a nigga wants for that platform. Then that shit would be like perfect. But
and it was basic shit too.
It was basic shit. Yeah, it's just basic shit. Like people are wilding out. It's like, yo, this is normal shit on like other consoles and other platforms.
How bad is it when your leaked video is literally just, how about Netflix actually working?
And messages and
what do you think about headsets not being connected to a cell phone? And people are like, yes!
I know that's a crazy thing. Like they were just showing basic shit that like everybody's doing, and like I was actually so happy. I'm like, damn, man. But it's Nintendo. You already know they're gonna fuck up somehow, yo. So
or and if they, you know, when they do mess up, they're still gonna make a ton of money.
That's not necessarily a good thing, though.
That's just Nintendo, though.
I don't want Microsoft and Sony making no fucking cardboard Kratos or some shit. We don't need that, bro. Like,
you know what I need though? I need a Dark Souls amiibo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I thought they had one, the Mario joint, right?
No, for Dark Souls.
Oh no, I think that's the.
What is gonna do? Like add a fucking mushroom to it?
It's like
it would be awesome if I could take a Dark Souls amiibo and just put a Dark Souls boss into any game I wanted.
Drop it into Mario Kart.
That would be pretty cool.
Drop it into Zelda.
Drift this.
That'd be great.
I'd probably buy that amiibo. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Y'all heard buying amiibos?
Yeah, I don't buy
exactly. But that's one amiibo I would buy. That's one I would buy. The Dark Souls one,
man. I don't know,
it's just to put on my desk. I wouldn't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, don't you have like the Metroid one? I think I seen you tweet that like a while.
I got that one with Samus and then the Metroid.
Yeah, I don't have
a nice
one
Dark
of
Souls
me, but
one
man,
would be awesome.
I'm good, man. I don't need that shit. I just need the games, man. You already know. I just need the games. So get out of here, Jack. What are you about, dog? Get out of here.
You a fanboy, dog. You gonna cop that meat.
Jack, if they were making Nathan Drake
Keep it
amiibos,
exposed as a fanboy.
I'm saying though, I'm hearing
Dog,
you a fanboy. I just gotta confront these, bro.
Dog, it changes every time, yo. So, one day, you're a PlayStation fan. Oh, you're on the PC elite. Oh, you're in the tech. Changes every freaking time.
They ain't never called you an
Xbox
fanboy though.
No,
they do, bro. I bet you I can find shit in my chat calling me an Xbox stan.
How you a fanboy of a company with no
A man hit me up on Twitter the other day. Yo, I swear to God, a man hit me on Twitter the other day. He's like, yo, I remember watching Kofi's channel earlier, right? Or some shit like that. He's like, yo, based on his reviews, I thought he was an Xbox fan. But I'm like, oh my God. Like, nigga, you guys don't know by now, man. Then I don't know what to tell you. But I'll let the people, decide for themselves and talk among themselves. But it's crazy, though. Let's get rid of this Nintendo news. Apparently, there's a rumored 2D Metroid coming. That'll be dope if it comes. I think I play Samus Returns. I beat that.
It needs to be on the Switch.
Yeah, hopefully it's on the Switch this time because I really don't want to play it.
Samus Returns should have been on the Switch.
I'm not buying a DS, man.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
One needs a controller.
Is
I
it
should
a
collect
portal
them dust
Samus
now.
Returns? That's 2D, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind a port. Yeah, I would like a new one too. So if they bring a new one, that'll be cool. All right, so let's move off that. Let's talk about the NPDs. Yo, numbers, man. J-Man, break it down for me.
Well, last week we pretty much knew who won December NPD, and this week we basically just got confirmation that the Switch, it won NPD, and actually the DS family basically had like one of its biggest months since December 2014, but it's probably due to Pokemon came out, I think, in December.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I think it came out October, but definitely December. Everyone's buying it finally.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that helped.
Yeah, it had its best month since 2014, right?
Yeah, the DS did.
I think it did like 750K. I think I read it like that. Right?
Yeah. It was something like 700.
That's not bad for the 3DS. Yo, look, I'm been advocating that Nintendo should kill off the 3DS, but if it's selling like this, they're gonna continue to support it, man. I want them to focus on the Switch, man. But if the 3DS is still selling like this, you already know they're gonna support it. So
yeah,
I mean that little handheld has done wonders, like just on its own.
But Jack, I thought Xbox won NPD, dog. From
I was gonna say,
Twitter, though.
Man, y'all gonna get it to him? Oh man.
Nah, we on the positivity wave.
I'm still giving it to Xbox, bro. You gotta give him something, dog. Come on, man.
But I heard Xbox won NPD according to like some people on Twitter, man. So
well, yeah, if you only count the 8th generation Xbox One, sir.
Our favorite person, Kid Smooth, man.
Man. I be saying it, man. People be getting worked up. Y'all should just let them tweet, man. They be jumping in there arguing with it.
Yo, man, Kid Smooth, man. That's my nigga though. But he be wilding on Twitter, man. What do you say, like? When we're talking about 8th generation consoles, Xbox, bro, this man could spin anything, fam. He could spin any. I rate it though. I rate it.
That's why
he's the spin doctor, bro.
Yo, he's skilled, dog. He's definitely skilled.
Weren't people tweeting that Xbox One from the consoles, but as far as gaming devices, Nintendo one? I was like, what?
It's funny, because you see how people pick and choose. Okay, some days, Nintendo's a console. Now it's a handheld. You know what I'm saying? Like they pick and choose.
They do.
Yeah, they be picking and choose. Like pick one, dog. Oh man.
They did it real bad. I had noticed that a lot of times since I review a lot of Nintendo games, a lot of times like, oh, this game has bad graphics for a console. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, it's actually a handheld. I'm like, oh man,
resolution's
yeah. But you notice that, Jack, too. Some people like to pick and choose. When it's a handheld, Nintendo's doing well. Oh, it's doing well because it's a handheld. Then when it comes to like maybe a resolution comes out, like details on the game, and they're like, oh, it's a home console shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they be picking and choosing. Like, what is it?
They do.
Hey, what is it, dog? Come on.
When did people start talking about NPD though? When did that like?
That's when fanboys needed ammunition to like prove that their system was doing better.
I never even look at that.
I feel like it's just now that we're no longer talking resolution. Everyone stopped talking resolution like 2 years ago, and everyone's like, all right, now which one of us actually has the strongest company? Because for some reason that fucking matters.
Right. Yeah, like who's selling more this month? Huh?
Yeah, that's facts. Like I only started actually really paying attention like to like NPD numbers this year because like you can't avoid them on Twitter and stuff like that.
On Twitter,
and for the people like this shit just comes across my timeline, dudes fighting all the time, and I just find this shit all hilarious. I actually sit back and laugh because I got I got everything. I just
I follow numbers just to like gauge the health of the market.
Yeah, it's interesting,
but I don't use it for no like ammo. Like I don't make money off these companies. Like,
I don't really remember NPD being a big thing back in like the magazine days or like Game Pro or EGM. Was that even around then? I don't know if I'm.
I don't know.
No way. No way.
It recently got big.
It's definitely entertainment. Like someone like Almighty said in the chat. I see it as entertainment because people get so worked up. I like jumping in and trolling. People already know I like trolling and talking shit just for jokes and stuff. It's really not that serious, but it's fun to gauge shit. It's always fun to see, Microsoft never dropping like no solid numbers and people getting like hurt over it and stuff like that. I just like the entertainment.
I will say though, the best time for me personally of watching NPD was when PS4 and the Xbox One came out, because there was like a thing of people going like, I don't know if I want another console right now. Like there was a lot of that, like, are they even gonna like sell well? Like what's going on? Like,
oh yeah, a lot of people thought like console gaming was gonna be dead this gen.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Man, that's the internet. Y'all, you be on the internet too much, and then people think that people on the street talk like that.
Yeah, that's fast.
People you see in GameStop, they don't even know what games is coming out, let alone like all this other stuff. This internet got people thinking consoles is over and all this foolishness, man. Dudes don't be playing no games.
You remember, Chase? You remember? Were you ever on AOL or America Online?
Hell yeah, they were spamming everybody's mailbox.
Remember Antagonist Gaming?
Yes.
That shit was like the original fanboy zone. They had like two dudes, one N64 guy, I think his name was like Stoic something, and the other guy was for like PlayStation, and they would do like shitty little like MP3s of like how their system was the best, and like there would be message board flame wars all the time. That was the OG place for fanboys.
That was before. I don't remember people doing it this much. I mean, I know they was doing it last gen, but like when the PS4, Xbox One came out, it just got out of control.
No, because social media kind of blew up too. Yeah, social media. Yeah, so this shit has like gone crazy.
I mean, people been arguing about this type of shit since the NES, Genesis days.
It is true. Just the social media just amplifies everything, like we just, because we're all so connected now, so people's opinions, we get them so fast. Just pick up our phone, we see a whole bunch
but it used to be in the playground, now it's on your phone.
Yeah, because everybody grew up now. You got to argue on Twitter.
Playgrounds and lunch tables.
Lunch tables and playgrounds. And it was always like, who's going to catch this smoke on Halo?
Yeah, it's always been like that, PlayStation is shit, Xbox shit, Nintendo. It's always been there. That's always been there. Like, at a time, it's just whatever your parents bought for you at the time, whatever console you didn't have was shit automatically because you didn't have it.
I don't know about you guys, but I grew up pretty poor, so I only had one.
Yeah, all I had one too, man. I was
the first console I ever bought. Everything was like a hand me down. Yeah,
I didn't even own one until the N64. It was all hand me downs.
Yeah. That's how it started for me. Like we had a Genesis in the crib. I think I got my first platform ever that was bought for me was a freaking Game Boy.
Yeah, really?
Hell yeah.
Oh, Game Boy, man.
That was the first platform that was purchased for me. But we had the Genesis in the crib. We had an N64 in the crib. Those are like purchased for like my older brothers and stuff like that. I think that's how most people started gaming, like who have siblings and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, I'm the oldest, so it was a little different. I didn't get them. I didn't get consoles.
No,
we get to. What we had is we were allowed to get consoles, but only when they were obsolete. Like when the Super Nintendo came out, I got a Nintendo. When the Nintendo 64 came out, I got an SNES. Which seems like you'd be behind, but it wasn't the same as it is now. Like whereas now there's always this arms race of games competing. Whereas I feel like if you lived in a poor neighborhood and you had a Super Nintendo, it still was super great gaming. So man, I don't know. I look back at it.
But then you had like that giant library of games to pick from.
Just
waiting.
Yeah.
Library.
Yeah.
Yo, like Friday night Blockbuster.
Yes.
7 o'clock. That was the jam. All your friends from school were there. You were all picking out games which to get, which ones you're gonna play for the
never
weekend.
had the game you wanted.
Never.
You have to look at the box.
So kids were going in on Thursday, and then they would hide the games that they wanted to rent.
People did do that shit.
Get them on
my brother used to do that.
I did that too.
Man, one of my favorite. My favorite Blockbuster memory, my first job, I was mowing lawns for like $30 a week, and I saved up this money so I could buy Bully when it first came out. I was so excited. I managed to go there. I'm walking in the store, and there's another guy that I know from school. I was like, oh, what are you getting here for? He goes, oh, I'm here for Bully. And I see there's one copy on the shelf. So we both ran for it, and I grabbed it. I'm like, yes! And I buy it. And as soon as I go home, I put the disc in, and as soon as I start playing, I get detention. And in the game, I started having to mow lawns. So I was like, God damn it! That's like
everything came full circle.
Full circle.
That would have been a scrap, man. In my neighborhood, that would have been a big fight, man. That's crazy. Oh
good
man,
old days.
The good old days, man. Yeah, it was nice back in gaming time. We didn't have to worry about all this nonsense, but it was just straight games.
Social media, like you said.
Yeah.
Media, we literally wouldn't like care about any of this.
This is also like the first gen of like.
What you say, Jack?
Well, people a little bit older. That's like the first gen of gamers too, though. Like, you know, people in our like peer group. So it wasn't nothing like, you know, our parents weren't playing games and doing shit like that. They don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
Yo, Friday night in high school, like 9th, 10th grade, when you had GoldenEye 64, a 24-pack of Mountain Dew, and a bunch of pizzas from Little Caesars.
Pizza, yes.
On.
That's lucky. Crazy. That shows
that was
like
a great Friday.
The difference though, like
$5 box, baby. That's what we had.
I had Friday night in high school was Call of Duty 4 with Doritos and Mountain Dew.
How old is you?
Oh, no, damn. Doritos and Mountain Dew. He's a stereotype, Jack.
We had that the ghetto controller. The Mad Cats, the Turbo.
Oh yeah,
it was always that shit always broke though. It had,
man, that was the worst in local co-op.
You get about 2 good weeks out of gameplay.
You lucky.
That one dude stuck with a shitty ass controller.
You're like, I'm playing one.
Everyone had one of those
controller for you.
Yo, take it. Everyone had one of those micro bullshit controllers or those Mad Cats third party that nobody wanted to use, dog. Oh, man.
You get a person you got like murder beef with that controller.
And then the thing is, like, so what we used to do was whoever was winning would get the bad controller.
Yep.
If you won the
I used to do the other way around.
You got the bad controller. Pass it along. Everybody's got to play. So N64, Mario Kart, Perfect Dark. What was another good one? There was a Tetris World on the N64 that was really good.
So something my friends did is they got a Mad Catz controller that broke, like the grips popped off. So we were playing Halo all the time, and they literally just soldered the 2 little electrodes that went to activate the rumble to the outside of the controller. So while you're holding the controller, if you got shot in Halo, you would get a minor shock. And we used to my friend who was like the best, it would beat like 5 of us at once. We're like, all right, man, you got to play on hard mode. If you get that controller.
Yo, Chad just brought up a win back. That game.
Oh, yeah. That was like a shitty Metal Gear. That game was lit, though.
No, that was a shitty Gears of War with Metal Gear put together because it had a cover system.
Yeah, the cover system.
Yeah. And what was that one game that never came out? Was it Run Like Hell?
I don't know. I never heard of that one.
It was like a horror game. But you know what? I got to say, though, the fact that the rumor of 1080 snowboarding coming back.
Oh.
It's going to be ass.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta see gameplay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get hyped for that.
But you know what? First of all, the theme song popped in my head when I first saw that because that
game is lit. Yo, you play that shit now? That shit's terrible.
Who bought Steep? Man. Who bought Steep in here?
No, I think gameplay. I'm like,
I played beta.
Beta. You ain't gonna buy that 1080 snowboard. That shit's gonna be garbage.
You think it's gonna be bad?
What games that came back? Like, if really think about it, what games that have been gone for a while and came back was really good?
SSX wasn't that bad when that came back.
How long was it gone? Like 4 years.
It's more realistic when it came back, though.
It did, yeah. Because the last one I played,
the
last one I played was Tricky, and that one was amazing.
Oh, back then. Tricky.
When did 1080 come out? Like 98?
Yeah,
I think so.
Like that.
Like
it was great.
What is that? That's a good question, though. That is a good question. What game? You know, that's super old. Came back and was like still
slander in the chat saying,
and I don't mean reboots. I mean,
I'd say I would put my flag in the sand and say ukulele, since that's basically Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
And it I don't know. I feel like it very much continues the series nicely.
No, a good example is Deus Ex, Human Revolution.
Right, yeah, hell yeah.
That game was like everybody's like that game was going to be absolute garbage, and then it came out and you were like, this game is amazing.
Not that last one though.
NBA Live.
No, honestly, so Mankind Divided wasn't bad. The problem is
I beat that one, yo. Mankind Divided.
I beat Mankind Divided. The problem was that there was just content missing. and that's the problem with it. The game was just the ending was gone.
I see a couple people saying Crash in the chat, but I might have to disagree.
That's a reboot. I mean, that's a remake though.
Someone said Doom.
Crash.
Yeah.
Doom.
Doom is like good. Afro Samurai 2. That's Ricky. He's trolling, yo.
Do you guys think Shenmue can do it?
Nope.
It's looking a little better. They fixed the faces.
I've been and Jack could attest to this. I've been very, very vocal saying, this game's gonna come out and beat the mighty number 9 of this year.
Yes.
I hope you're wrong.
I played Shenmue 1, so I actually played that shit. I never played the second one.
When'd you play it though? I played it in 99, and in 99 it was amazing. But today, ass.
I actually tried.
It ain't gonna be.
Those games
I actually tried to go back to it like sometime last year. My disc was all scratched up, so I couldn't even really enjoy it.
Man, the voice acting is hilarious now. By today's standards, it's funny as hell.
But aren't they trying to keep it with the same style as like the old games?
Yes.
You know what it is.
That kind of makes sense, right?
Nah, but you know what it is? No.
But with Shenmue in general, like to have like 2 old games that look like shit and play
it's
like
the budget. The fact that it's a Kickstarter, it's not gonna work. The fact that it's a Kickstarter is not gonna work. If they could really go bring back this game, they had to bring it back with a big budget. Sega really had to be like behind, or whoever owns a fucking IP now has to be like really pushed behind it. The fact that it's a Kickstarter, it's not going to be what we want. I just know it.
Well, wasn't the Kickstarter to show if there was like actual people wanting to play that game, sort of like the new Kutaragi game that he's coming out with?
I'm just saying
Bloodstained Ritual tonight.
Yeah. So because the thing is, like, the Kickstarter wasn't to have the game developed. The Kickstarter was to show investors that there's money in the game.
Shout out to the donation, Jason. Chase the goat. Yeah, man.
Nah, bro, I ain't no goat, man. They
Chase, you gonna take these comments, sir?
My bad, man.
Chase, you're gonna enjoy people liking you on our channel, okay?
Be modest.
Get used to it.
Look, I'm just saying, even if Shenmue turns into a crappy choose your own adventure book, I'm still gonna have to play it just because I've waited so many years for it. So no matter how bad it is, I'm gonna beat it.
Your name really guy. You really can't.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. You have to get it. Y'all been kidding for real.
I mean, that's Shaq Fu. If it's Shenmue gonna be hot, that new Shaq Fu gonna be hot too. Then
I forgot about that. About to be trash.
I thought that shit already came out. I thought it came out.
That's a cell phone game, right?
So here's the thing. What if we're in the future and it's like, man, Shaq Fu was a great fucking game.
Hell no. No chance in hell.
I don't know about that.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, people buying cardboard boxes. Anything is possible.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 will be good. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about Fable. There was really strong rumors about Fable coming out in the works. I think an ex-developer came out, said that, Microsoft had an interesting pick on who to develop the game. So basically, it's pretty much kind of confirmed. This is really strong rumors that Playground is working on Fable. We know that they opened up a new studio, and they said that they were making a multiplayer. They even said that they were making a RPG or action RPG, right? So I'm guessing Microsoft, pulled up with the bag and told them to make Fable. So a lot of people are coming out saying Playground is making Fable. So who's excited about this? Chase, you play Fable before?
No, I haven't. I'm going to play it eventually. But I have not. I've never played a Fable game.
You never played a Fable before? Okay,
I can't speak on that. I'm gonna just sit out on this one.
Yo, Dreamcast guy, you played a Fable before?
Yep, I've beaten all of them. I even got the special edition of all of them. I think what was it, Fable 3? The Fable 3, where if you got the Ultimate Edition, you'd actually get Master Chief's gun in it, so you could actually go around and shoot Master Chief's gun in Fable.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't like the third one.
Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah. I like them. I do think that they're games that are really overhyped. I think beforehand, Peter Molyneux would come out and be like, "These will actually have your children," and then you come out and play it, and it's just like, "Oh,
yeah, that guy used to hype games like he used to hype this shit like crazy, man." The third one wasn't good. The first one and the second one were great. The third one,
yeah. Which one is it that doesn't really have a last boss? Where at the end you just press Y and they automatically die? Is that 2 or 3? I think it's 3.
2. I think. Wait, 2 had a spooky ending too. I remember
2 had like different endings.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, I think 2 you could be like the king. You had to like choose between yourself and like the other members.
The first one was lit though.
Keep the dog in one of them, or something with the dog. I think I chose that one.
Yeah. Oh wait, that one. I think the final choice was something like revive the village that got destroyed, or revive your dog. And it's like dog.
You're like dog.
Heck yeah, I'm choosing a dog.
Yeah. J-Man, you play Fable or anything like that?
Nah, never.
Look at these Sony ponies, man.
These are like Fable's a really fun, relaxing game to play. It's not like super intense.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, so let's talk about this new one. What would you guys like to see from a new Fable? Would you like it to like take a darker tone, or it to be lighthearted like the other Fables?
Well, I think that's part of its identity is the lighthearted.
You guys don't want the whole British thing going on?
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I don't know, different. Man. If they're bringing it back, I would actually like to see a reboot, not like a 4. They should actually come back with a reboot, kind of like what, I would like to see a darker approach to it. I think it would be cool,
but that's so basic though, man. Like every game is dark nowadays. Like Fable was like that one breath of fresh air you could just have fun with.
I don't know, man.
Maybe they can get it somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, maybe in the middle.
From the leaked notes, they said that they're trying to shift it to being open world. Because remember, it was so map based before. You'd like go to a particular town, fight a particular monster, and then leave. Where apparently now they're really trying to just take the leash off and kind of make, from the notes I read, it makes it sound like funny Skyrim, and I'm totally down for that.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of art style it's going to have. You think they're going to keep the kind of cartoonish, like kind of Fable Legends style art style?
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I want it to look cartoony. I feel like cartoonish games age better.
They do.
Definitely.
They do.
Definitely.
I mean, look at the Zelda games. They look even in HD. They look great now.
That is true. Like games like Cuphead, even games like Ori and the Blind Forest, like those will look good forever. Games like that will look good forever because of the art style, it's art direction. When you're going for a realistic game, those actually age the worst because after so much years, like this shit just, as technology advances and games look prettier and prettier, it just hard to go back to. Like once upon a time, like GoldenEye used to be like some hot graphics. Go back to that. Like this shit is realistic. You know what I'm saying?
The original Siphon Filter, I was recording some Siphon Filter footage a couple days ago, and those dudes literally look like cardboard cutout people walking along like, all right, let's save the world. They don't even bend their knees. They run like Ken dolls. It's like, oh my God, they should not have gone for realism.
Yeah. Jason with another donation. Thank you, Dreamcast guy. I will not be buying that Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, real quick. I was talking about that, man.
Anyone play that? Anyone play that here?
Yeah, I put about 8 hours into it today to make my video, and it is awful. It is awful.
All right, perfect. I ain't trying it then.
Is it really that bad?
I'm trying to tell you.
What's bad about it though? Like specifically?
No, look, I wasn't hyped for it, but I'm not on the like whole fuck Konami like wave that everybody's on.
Agreed.
I don't even think you got to be on that to see that was gonna be boo boo.
Yeah, but I'm like, I was gonna try the beta, but I heard Vision say he didn't like it. Now Dreamcast saying you don't like. I'm probably not gonna try it.
The biggest problem is the core gameplay just makes no sense. So you basically, this giant drill comes down in the center of the map, and you have to defend it for 3 minutes. During that time, there will be several waves of zombies. Now you can collect resources like punching boxes or picking up wood, and you can basically warp in giant barriers. So you can like put down fences, and for some reason, all the zombies are attracted to the fences. They literally walk over to them. Yeah, so you can literally just line the left and right path. You don't even have to actually block their way. They'll just be like, oh sweet, I fucking love fences, bro, and they'll walk over to them. And then there are guns, but ammo is extremely limited, so it's a lot easier to just get like a stick, tie a piece of metal to the end of it, and then spend like $10 million upgrading it, and now you have like a little stupid stick that does 5 million damage, and then you walk along and just poke people in the ass and kill 10 people at once. It's just, it makes no sense.
What do you think? Why people are mad? Do you think it's the whole Metal Gear is in the title, or is it the whole Kojima situation?
To me, I think it's the fact that Metal Gear is in the title. I'm
somebody in the title, right?
I like Metal Gear. I don't consider myself a giant Metal Gear Solid fanboy. I've beaten all the games, and I think they're interesting. But this just seems like it literally seems like a rival company somehow acquired the engine, because it controls well, but it's just an awful game.
Oh, it controls good, right? Doesn't it pretty much play like Metal Gear Solid 5?
Yeah. I mean, it's Metal Gear Solid 5. Well, it controls more like Ground Zeroes. It's a lot faster Your dude does vomit a lot, though. If you get exhausted, your dude just starts puking. It's like, bro,
what?
Like,
what?
in the beta, thankfully, they turned off most of the survival systems. Like, you don't get hungry and thirsty, and you don't run out of oxygen very fast. But in the main game, from the people who are got to do this press event, apparently, like, you have to drink a bottle of water every couple minutes. The screen gets blurry and stuff. It's awful.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I wasn't like excited for it or anything like that, but I was thinking about like giving the beta a chance to see if I like it. But you know, a lot of people are saying it's trash, so I'm not gonna.
Well, like for me, like the biggest reason I don't want to buy it is because Konami is not going to release those final chapters of MGS5.
Oh man, I still got to beat that game, by the way.
That's why I haven't like gone through and bought that game yet, because of everything that's been going on with it. Like there are chapters that link MGS5 directly to Metal Gear Solid 1 that are just cut from that game.
They're not finishing that game.
They're not gonna finish it. I know.
They made us replay missions that were the exact same, but do this on hard, like for a secret ending. The game was a mess.
Yeah,
it was a complete mess.
And then wasn't there rumors that like if you were able to get like true peace in the multiplayer with like the nuke, something along those lines, that you'd get an ending on that game too, or something like that?
I heard that. I didn't even see that.
Probably have to YouTube it. Someone, if it exists, someone probably did it. You know, you probably have to YouTube that shit.
Yeah, like where's Act 3 of MGS5? Yeah, like that's my thing. Like that's why I'm more angry about Metal Gear Survive than anything, because instead of finishing MGS5, we're getting this.
Yeah, it's done, man. The Metal Gear series is done, man. Now it's on to Death Stranding. That game looking weird as fuck, but I'm interested in that.
that is a Kojima game. Like that is a Kojima game. And what's crazy is that is a full untethered Kojima. That is him getting a blank check and Sony going, do whatever you want. And Kojima's nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did y'all ever play Boktai?
No.
So it's probably one of his weirdest projects, and he just randomly got funding for it. It's a Game Boy Advance game where you are a vampire hunter, and it actually plays a lot like Metal Gear Solid. You have to sneak around and tap on walls and stuff. And basically, the game is broken down into these 6 big dungeons. And at the bottom is like the vampire lords. You're fighting all the minions and stuff, and at the end, you fight the main vampire. But here's the twist. You actually have to go into the sunlight. There is a sun sensor on the top of your Game Boy Advance game, and by sitting in the sun, it charges up your weapon so you can kill the boss. And if you don't, then he's unkillable. So literally, there are times where you're playing it in the middle of the night and you have to pause it and then just literally like save your game. And the next morning when you're like going to school, beat the last boss, whatever. It was really interesting because that's Kojima when he has a budget and nobody telling him no.
And not only that, but he was playing around with the idea of like, if you die in a game, your game breaks.
Yeah.
Like you can't play it again. You have to get a new game.
Ooh,
I thought you were gonna say that in real life. I'm gonna say, God
damn. But like, think about, go back to MGS Solid and think about the Psycho Mantis fight, because I'm replaying that game again.
Kojima hanging around with some Haitians,
and when he goes through, and then they changes the like the TV to Hideo, and you got to put your controller and play your second port, and then like just like the breaking of the fourth wall, like Death Stranding is going to be weird, you guys. It's going to be really weird.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game. All right, so let's talk about Matt Booty, which you have to pause every time you say.
Excuse me, what you saying?
Matt Booty.
You flirting with me, dog? What you call me? This shit crazy.
All right,
Matt Booty. Oh,
that's the name.
I like how Erica says it. Matt Booty.
Booty.
I know the emphasis though.
Yeah, I know you like that word, Alex, but we ain't getting into it today. All right,
it's my favorite word.
We ain't getting into it today. Minecraft. The Minecraft head has been promoted to vice president of Microsoft Studios. So basically, he's taking over Phil Spencer's old job, and he reports to Phil Spencer. So he's the vice president of the game department. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't know what to think of this. I don't know if it's a good thing. It's first time hearing of this guy. You guys hear about this Matt Booty guy before?
Nah. First time hearing that name.
I heard about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I just heard laughing. That little nigga goofy though.
So basically, he's taking over Phil Spencer's old job as.
So they get to call him President Booty.
Oh, man.
So Booty got moved to the head.
Yeah.
he insists upon it. He's like, "You will call me Lord Booty, damn it."
Oh man,
that is crazy. Your boss.
We got more sexual allegations.
How do you really address this man, like Mr. Booty? Like
his first name.
Oh man,
his first name. I'm not calling
Booty. Call him Young Cheeks.
His parents really. Oh man, his parents really fucked him up, man. I can't imagine high school years called Matt Booty.
That's why he's like, I'm a president now, you sons of bitch.
Yeah. Who's the boss now? The Cheeks win.
Facts. Yeah, I guess we don't have no opinion on this.
I don't really know what to think about it.
Yeah.
What do you got Phil Spencer's job?
Like, don't even call my last name.
Job. So we'll see what kind of game.
Damage control on Twitter now. All right, cool.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what kind of games that he oversees in the future. So I just wanted to throw that out there, so people know about it. Let's talk about some controllers.
Hey.
The Xbox One is releasing an original Duke controller. Well, Microsoft's not releasing it. I think it's a third-party company.
Trash.
Yeah. I think so.
And that controller is ginormous.
Doc, I don't know.
I got one.
So clearly, Chase has used one of these OG controllers. I got
one right here. Hold on.
I got an OG Xbox day one. I don't have my OG. I still have the S right now. But I had an OG Xbox day one, man. That controller, man.
Here it go, right here.
Look out!
Jesus! Oh boy!
No.
Wait, that's not the Duke. That's not the old one.
That's the S.
That's an assault rifle. What the fuck?
This ain't the original.
No, that's the S, dog. That's the S, dog.
Oh man!
So it's even
bigger
bigger
than that.
One. Yo, Chase, it's even bigger than that one, man.
It's bigger than your head.
This shit got one trigger.
Yeah, that's the S. That's the S.
So yeah, the original, I had the original Duke, and I didn't even notice that it was giant. Like I was probably 14 or 15 at the time, and of course I'm holding like a giant bowl of soup. It's so massive, and I remember we ended up the S controller was originally the Japanese controller. They made a smaller controller since people over there kept demanding it. So I remember we all ended up importing them until eventually they were like, "Oh, okay,
they just released it for
yeah." They're like, "We'll make this the default controller." We realized we messed up.
All right, so let's go over like the specs of this. I think it's a wired controller.
Specs,
yo, and I guess listen to the gimmick of this shit. Basically, the big Xbox logo in the middle. It has like an LCD screen which like plays like the opening of the Xbox, the original Xbox when you turn it on. So I think that's the huge gimmick of the controller. I'm pretty sure they added bumper controllers to modernize it, but man, it still has the white and black button. I don't know if you guys remember about those white and black. So I don't know, Matt. Look, I guess hardcore Xbox fans are probably gonna pick this up, use it for like a week, and go back to their Xbox One controller because even the build quality of this controller, you guys go check out some pictures of it. It doesn't even look like it's built well. It looks kind of cheap. It looks kind of cheap.
I think it's like something cool to collect, but I don't see nobody.
Yeah, it's a fun like little novelty.
Like,
who's really gonna be using this to actually game for real, man?
How much is it though? It's like 80, right? Or 70?
I think it's the full retail price of a normal controller.
Nah, I think it's more.
I think it's more.
Oh, it's more?
Because people were comparing it to like the Joy-Cons or something like that. Like, those are 80.
I want to say it's.
I think it is 80. I think it's 70 or 80. Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, did y'all see that website they got where they got it's like a history of every Xbox One controller variation?
Yeah,
I think BG was going over that, right?
Yeah, making a video about something like that.
I heard that.
But Microsoft has literally 4 like reiterations of the Xbox One controller, like the day one controller. Remember that one? They didn't have a headphone jack, right?
Yeah, they made it with the headphone jack.
I think they made a convert or covert, whatever. They made like another controller with a headphone jack in it, right? Then they made the Elite controller. Then they made the Xbox One S controller, which is.
Didn't they make one more? No, I think they made like one more.
It's 4, like but they obviously have like a whole bunch of different colorways and stuff like that. But I think there's been 4 technical iterations of the Xbox One controller.
You know what's crazy?
The fact that 2 for PlayStation.
Didn't they say they put like
100 million?
Yeah, in the R&D for the controller, and now they like that's crazy, bro.
I just googled it. 100 million for the first Xbox One controller. That's how much they invested.
And they just switched up on it like 3 times since then, man.
They all got batteries still.
I know, that's crazy.
Well, we might as well segue since we're talking about batteries, because apparently Microsoft is releasing another controller.
Yo, what we laughing, man? Yo, let me
let Xbox live 2018. We
we
just reporting the news, right?
Yeah, we're just doing the news.
We're just doing the news.
All right.
They're releasing another controller, another Elite controller, a version 2 of it. And this time, Chase, there's gonna be no batteries in it.
Oh wow!
Oh, you lying? What?
Welcome to the
my kids move this track.
Yeah, man. There's gonna be no batteries in this version 2 Elite controller. Some screenshots leaked on the internet of this controller, and it looks a little bit different. Apparently, it's gonna have, you know how like the original Elite controller has like hair triggers where you can set it. This one's gonna have three settings of that. So niggas are gonna be more teeth online.
I heard it's gonna have adjustable analog sticks too. Like you can adjust the looseness of it.
Yeah, because
I can't wait to adjust my looseness.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing I didn't like about the Elite controller. Like the way the build quality is good, the triggers feel good. You know, the bumpers.
Feel like $150 for one of these things.
Yeah, well, it costs 180 over here in Canada.
For a controller.
Yeah. But the analog sticks were a little
okay. You cannot complain about the cost of Joy-Cons when people are buying version 2 of an Elite controller. So it's 2 controllers at $300 that they bought together.
Yeah, and apparently the controller is also gonna have like USB-C, which is gonna be like magnetic or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have some, you know, some other gimmicks with it. It's gonna have longer pedals or something like that. So yeah, Elite version 2.
All right. Quiz. Kofi, you ready?
What's up?
I need you to name me 7 Xbox exclusives that's not Gears, Halo, or Forza Go.
No.
All right. Okay, we're gonna use the one that's on PC. All right, so
I'm fine with that. I don't even do
that. Yeah. Me too. I do that shit too. Sunset Overdrive.
Sea of Thieves.
Crackdown.
That ain't out yet. Y'all cheating.
Oh, that's out now. All right.
Quantum Break.
Quantum
Forza 7, Forza 3.
You said no Forza.
No Forza.
Oh, not Forza.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, you test me. I'm gonna remember.
Y'all all failed, man.
Nah,
This man trying to derail the podcast with that hard question.
They have to be elevated.
question, dog. That is our.
Let me think.
Quantum Break.
Did you say that?
Disney Adventures.
Xbox Master, sir.
Super
PUBG.
Lucky Tale.
PUBG.
Nah, PUBG don't count. Nah, stop it.
Rise
Oh man, damn. Xbox One. What else?
I'm ready to give you PUBG on principle. And I'll give you that one.
Yeah, Rise is one.
Rise some
Ninja Gaiden Black.
He started naming it.
Black.
Yeah, this is turned into some
Red Dead Redemption backwards compatibility. I'm gonna get these 7.
Oh man, I didn't want it to turn out like this. Oh man,
Black Ops 3.
Oh man, everything on the 360 library basically. Oh man,
There you go.
Oh
Spooky.
man.
That's
Xbox 2018, man.
That's
But yeah,
ridiculous, man. But there's all these controllers.
yeah. Oh,
I
they got
mean,
like, oh man.
To be fair, though, it's like different departments, but I get what you're saying. Like,
It's
aesthetics of it. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I don't
people.
know. Yeah, but the money poured into that. Like
the new
why they
Xbox
ship some of that
model.
over to some games, man. But apparently they got some games coming, so we're gonna let Xbox live and see what they got, man. Apparently they're working on some shit, so we're gonna see. Oh, let's jump back to the Fable topic real quick. We know that Playground's making it now. You know, it's pretty much kind of confirmed by like, you know, developers and stuff like that. When do you guys think this game is coming out? Because I see some people say that this game's coming out next year. How do you guys feel about this?
I think
How long have they been working on it?
I heard it's like mid-production.
They just
real shit?
Though.
Yeah.
How is it mid? I thought
I
that
don't
canceled
know.
Fable
I mean, if
last
they just
year.
opened the studio, they probably working on
They
it.
just opened the studio though, J-Man.
I'm just saying what I read. I'm just a reporter.
They just opened the studio last February or some shit like that. Last year February.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
The no.
So how far along could they be? You really think that's coming out next year for real?
No, I think like 2021. Like
I think not. Okay, that's
2020.
2020.
I'll put my foot down and say, yeah, I think it's coming next year. Because the notes I read, the stuff that came across me was that they were trying to have it ready, a trailer ready for E3. And I feel like if they're trying to show a trailer, they've realized, okay, we got to have exclusives. That means you have to go up there on stage and have like 45 seconds of gameplay at least. So it has to be in some sort of minimally playable state.
You know what I think at E3? We'll see. I think that they're going to tease Fable's coming back at E3.
So,
I don't think we're going to get no gameplay of Fable at E3. I think we're going to get a teaser trailer. That's it.
If we do that, I'm going to be captain of the letdown team because that would suck. Like, I want to see something. I am so sick of companies being like, check out this logo. It's like, that's great.
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. I really, really believe that we're gonna see no gameplay, but that's just a prediction of mine. We'll see.
Are they using assets from the cancel Fable game, or just
I was thinking about that too.
The article said they retained the assets from Legends, but the
playground it could be mid production then.
It could be. I don't know if they'd want to. From what I read about the failed development of that game was in such an unworkable state. Like, it was just such a trash heap, which is why Microsoft had to come in and be like, "You're all fired, shut down, we're done."
The crazy thing I heard, Microsoft wanted them to make a free-to-play Fable. While they wanted to make it a
traditional Fable. Maybe they're just keeping like the character models and retooling like the gameplay.
Yeah.
If it's anything like their other exclusives, it's gonna get announced. Then it's gonna get delayed at least 3 times. All right.
Erica,
looking spooky.
Erica, what are you saying?
Oh man, that's not happening. Erica,
I hope it doesn't, but I'm just saying, like, their track record's a little bad right now. So
what if it gets canceled?
Unlike
don't cancel
Erica. What if they just cancel it?
Listen to this. Unlike Sony,
I ain't gonna let it. Oh my god.
It would be kind of crazy if they canceled it.
And now
they bring it back and cancel
this game. Only a year away, guys. Only a year away. They don't delay games or announce games that come out 3 years later, like Sony.
Who don't do that?
Xbox only announces games that are coming out within the next 6 months.
They might be saying that.
They used to kill me with that shit, bro.
They keep on saying that shit, but Microsoft will say, "Oh, it's coming summer." Like what? Crackdown 3. We're supposed to get like a fucking beta in summer 2016.
That game
summer 2016.
What happened? 4 years on that announcement, bro.
We got that game. It was Aegis of Mayhem, bro.
Oh shit! And that wasn't very good either. So
it sure was. I beat that damn game.
How did you deal with all that K-pop music in that game?
Well, they sent me a copy. You play on YouTube. You got to turn the music off, so I didn't even hear it.
You got lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, Microsoft can't afford to cancel another game, man. If they cancel Crackdown 3, Chase, if they cancel Crackdown 3 or something like that, man,
these dudes on the street don't know what that is, though. People on the street don't know what that is.
Oh man,
you saying
that is true, but
you saying the community can't the backlash from the internet people.
Yeah,
but what do you think? Do you think the hardcore audience, like, you know, what we say, kind of like drips down to like the casuals and stuff like that?
I mean, it can, but
how do they get word of all the big games? How do they get word of all the big games and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like for example, what games? For example,
like PUBG or like a game like, you know, something like that. Like, how do like the casual players get word of these type of games?
Think about what happened with the Xbox One DRM. Like, that's how big of a backlash it was that it got down to the casual market.
See, because like news articles and stuff too.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, I think like with that was a little bit different because that was actually people's investment into
getting the console, right?
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of an exception. PUBG, I think, is like a special exception as well because we do have Twitch, which a lot of casual people do watch, and it was real big on there, so people learned about what it was. I have friends that they only play maybe 3 games a year, and 2 of them are the same games that you get every year that know about PUBG. So I think that's a little bit different. But the other games, the exclusives, I mean, if you look at like unless it's Nintendo, if you look at the ratio of consoles in people's homes to exclusives, it's really not that high at all. So I don't know if that really matters to people.
I do think it's important. I feel like the Xbox, so from all the stuff I've read, Xbox sales are increasing. Like, obviously the Xbox One and Xbox One X are selling really fast lately, and Microsoft is very happy about that. So everything I've heard is basically they're just trying to keep that momentum going. They're trying to throw out new controllers, new little ports, new anything to keep people talking about it. So if they have to step out front and go, ooh, and Crackdown 3 unfortunately is screwed, that's going to really hurt them. So I think they're going to try to avoid that at any cost.
I agree, but like, you don't think the price of the console going down so low happens to help? Because when the mom goes in there and she's like, hey, we have PlayStation 4, but this Xbox is $200, they're like, well, give me the Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I think we're finally at that point. We're at the boiling point of this generation where the casual consumer can impulse buy a current console. So I think that's why it's just important to keep throwing any exclusive you can out there. Even that's why I think Xbox is doing so many like indie exclusives when they can now. Be like, this thing's a point and click adventure, but it's exclusive.
Yeah, man, them indie exclusives on Xbox be fire though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Shout out to Cuphead, man.
Yeah, Cuphead is good.
Well, and what was that?
The best game they dropped all last year, man.
What was that indie game that everyone was losing their mind? I can't remember what it was called.
The Last Night. It has to be
Last night.
Yeah, that's the one.
That one looks so good, man.
That
game look. Yo, I'm hoping that game comes out this year. I already got that shit on my Steam wish list. Yo, I can't wait to play the Last Night.
What about Fee? Is it FE? Is that?
I keep hearing about that game. Isn't it a Ubisoft?
No,
I don't think.
Is it EA or is it an EA game?
It's developed by Zoink Games, but it's published by EA.
It looks interesting. It's coming to the Switch too.
All right, we got
game.
It's 16th. The Last Night, sir.
Hold on. Let me read this donation real quick by Jason again, bro. If I had an extra 2,500, I'd buy that sex doll on site and file divorce papers with the same money.
Wait, what happened?
The donation.
Trade in your girl 2018. You already know what it is.
Trade in your girl 2018.
Trade in your girl 2018. You already know
Absolutely,
man.
Trade in your girl 2018 100%. Would not even think about it twice.
Wow. I don't condone any of this.
I know how thick those dolls are.
I was like,
thick.
Oh man, Chase, I know you seen the shit going on Twitter, yo.
I don't know what you talk about, man. Nothing, man.
I know you see the shit going down on Twitter. Oh man,
He's about to go tuck his in the closet right
now. I don't even get on Twitter like that, bro.
What are you doing in the closet? Nope.
Y'all tweets be unreal. I'll be getting on there like that. It's just too much for me to handle, man.
They don't have the mail.
Oh, chill! Nah, we don't respect that, Erica. We don't.
They got the guy version.
Will you massage my feet? I just want to know.
Yeah, but
we don't respect. We don't respect.
It's It's not going to massage your feet. It's just going to say.
Okay, all right.
Never mind.
Yeah, you know we got Alex in here. You know you.
And listen.
Alex about to pull a David Cage. Oh man.
All right, keep it moving.
All right, let's keep it moving. So yeah, what were we talking about? We're talking about like Elite Controller version 2 or some shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Drive Club, MotorStorm, the developers of those games, made a new studio called Wushu Studios. So I'm looking forward to what they're making. Apparently, they said they're making a sci-fi game.
Yeah, like an open world sci-fi game.
It wasn't a racer, right?
Nope.
All right, so that's good. So we got two companies that are known for making racing games, making like something completely different. We got Playground making an action RPG, and we got Wushu, another team of racers making a action game, a sci-fi action game. So I'm really curious to see how these games turn out. We're probably not going to see anything from them anytime soon, though.
Yeah, but it's dope to see like these studios branch out and do other things. I know, like we look at Guerrilla a lot with Horizon from Killzone, but that's why I was so disappointed to hear. I don't mean to bash Xbox, but just about the Coalition.
Yeah, we all were excited.
We're all disappointed.
They should be making a new IP, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's dope to see other studios definitely branch off and do other things because it just keeps the industry fresh. So I'm looking forward. And make some dope ass studio, like the visuals on Forza and the Drive Club. Like, could you imagine what they're gonna do in like an open world setting?
Yeah, it'll look really good.
So,
let's talk about Quantic Dream's allegations. Jack, you want to break this down for me, man? What's going on with David Cage and his people, man?
Yeah, man. Apparently at Quantic Dream, there's some tomfoolery going on. Is the way I put it. One of the workers came out, man, and said that it's just kind of just like childish, but also very sexist because at Quantic Dream, it's like I want to say 82% of the staff is male, and apparently they were photoshopping the developers on gay porn scenes. It was just racist, like Nazi type stuff. And
Jesus Christ.
Damn,
in the hallway, it's a picture. I think David Cage painted this picture himself. It's a picture of a dick and balls, but it's like farting or something.
What?
Classic.
Yeah, it's a whole
Classic.
It's like sexual harassment.
Absolutely classic.
And apparently he treats people like shit. And like I said on Weapon Wheel, just judge it by the way David Cage talks about his games and how pretentious he acts.
Yeah.
I low-key believe it, man. Like,
well,
you think he's the best?
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a nice person.
Yeah. Well, and the weird thing, if you remember, there was that weird controversy when he insisted, when they put Ellen Page in Beyond Two Souls, he insisted the team, even though it was only required to scan her face, he was like, no, I want you to do a full body model of all of her.
I remember hearing about
that. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. It gets worse. He said that? So not only did he say that, it gets worse because there's a shower scene in that, and in the shower scene it's only like shoulders up, but the developers can unlock the camera and you could just basically see full-blown naked Ellen Page in the game, and it's kind of just like, okay, David Cage, that's a little bit weird to do with your budget. Okay,
creepy. How old was she when
of all things?
She was like 23. She was like 23 or 24.
Okay. And she looks so young. I always forget.
So did they come out with a statement?
Yes,
they denied it, right?
They did. They actually said their official statement was basically, and I'm going verbatim, it was, we categorically deny all of these allegations. We've even done investigations internally to confirm that they are false. So basically, they're basically like, whoever said that's a liar.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like, the guy who has that information, who has those pictures, is like what, 6,000 photoshops? Something crazy like that.
Something crazy, yeah.
God, it's an IT manager. You know he's got it backup on backups on backups. So like, rule number one, you never fuck with IT.
Yeah.
I mean, but how much investigation do you got to do to see if it's a picture of a dick on the wall? Man? Like, just go in there and look. Like,
you walk in the hall. Yep, that's a big old dick.
Yep, that one line about that. All right, well.
Oh man, you think this will affect Detroit Become Human?
Nah.
No. I do think
it's not really a widespread story, actually.
Okay. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it. I do that. Personally, I think this is really messed up. I think it's really gross. I hate that kind of shit going down in any sort of workplace. It just makes it even worse. But I also think, I hope that it doesn't screw up, because what I hear was mostly David Cage and one other main person. So it's like, okay, like those people are idiots, but there's another 200 staff there. I don't want everybody to lose their job because of this idiot.
Oh.
Man.
Also, since we're talking about Detroit, that game has a $30 million budget.
Ugh,
that's crazy.
It's $30 million
wasted.
How much is it?
30 million. 30 million.
Oh, 30 million. Okay.
Is that? Are you guys surprised about that, or isn't that high?
That's low. I think that's lower than I would.
You think that's lower than you expected?
Personally, yeah, that's
way, game, yeah.
That's way lower than I expected. Way. I mean, that's about half, maybe a third of what I expected. 100%.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's low for a game with that, like.
Yo, Jack, what was Horizon again?
Horizon, like 47 million.
Yeah.
Well, and then remember they spent $500 million making Destiny, so I always think about that. Of like, and obviously that was a much longer development cycle. But it's weird whenever I see a game that is so cool and so interactive and so artistic, and they're doing it at basically a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
Actually, the budget for Heavy Rain was bigger than that.
That's crazy. What they paying them actors though? Because they got some pretty big name actors.
Yeah, that was definitely actor budget. I'm sure they paid each of those actors $2 or $3 mil.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Any of y'all picking that game up, Chase?
I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I like their games. I mean, we got. I like Telltale, but like they, I would like to see them kind of take some notes from Quantic Dream with the decisions and all that stuff. I know some people getting tired of the point and click, but I think there's a little bit more in their games than there are in Telltale games.
Games. Yeah, it was looking cool. Like that balcony scene, it was definitely dope. I actually got a chance to play that myself, and the game is actually dope, man. The graphics look really, really good in that game too.
Yeah, it does.
I can't wait to play it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I would ask Alex, but you know how he feels about these kind of games, right?
David Cage is a hack. First of all, he's just not a good video game designer. You don't buy his games.
There we go.
And point and click games.
I agree with that about Beyond Two Souls.
Point and click games are not. They're not.
I was gonna start that game. So what do you think?
I like that game.
Me too. Like Chase?
Oh man,
I seen Jack say he hates it.
I mean, did y'all play it in chronological order? Because I didn't.
I played all the game. I've beaten every Quantic Dreams game, even their first one, Omicron, which is terrible. I beat them all.
I played that. I played Heavy Rain, which was dope, and then I played Beyond Two Souls. It was just those two.
Oh man, you liked Heavy Rain, Chase. I'm sorry.
I can't rock with Beyond Two Souls. I tried.
That had to be one of the most awkward sex scenes I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude, the part where you actually have to hold R2 to grab her zipper and then press down with the left stick. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna do a cute.
That's immersion.
Jason,
I don't remember that.
Jason.
Yeah, it's that sex scene.
Oh yeah, that was
They did the controller vibrate when you
that
did.
was annoying.
It was too interactive in that one.
It was
place.
just no. You know what it was? It was just pretentious, and it was just horrible. And the writing was bad, and you knew who the villain was because you could figure it out.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I didn't. No, that blew my mind. I'll be honest.
And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I put the controller down, and then I went and I played God of War, and I was like, "Thank you."
There you go. There you go.
One of the people that like Saw, or is you like Saw? You like the Saw movies with all that?
No, I don't like gore porn. That bothers me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I just, for me, it's like anything like grotesquely violent, even like real violence, like regular, like Gears of War stuff, I'm fine with. Mortal Kombat, not a problem. But like actual physical violence bothers me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I kind of hate horror films that like stress on that, like see niggas' arms chopped off or their fingers being pulled out.
Like Hostile, bro, the best
one. Those shit makes me squirm still.
Hostile 2, bro, that shit was disgusting.
I'd rather have like pop scares and like demons than deal with that kind of shit. I hate kind of that gruesome shit too.
Oh, y'all ain't doing horror right, fam. Got to see a couple limbs get chopped off.
So there was one Japanese horror movie that I watched which scarred me for life, and it's one about a girl who kidnaps these people and then she uses like piano wire to like cut pieces off their flesh.
Yeah,
she's like doing one to one guy's calf, and I'm like, oh my god, my calf! No, I can't.
So that movie is called Audition, and did you know that there's a funny that scene is so graphic. Before they were allowed to show it in theaters, they had to actually bring that actor to court to prove that it was not a snuff film because
it looks that crazy.
It looks real.
Do not watch this movie.
Yeah, it looks that real. It is a horrific scene. Well, the whole movie is.
I'm good. I ain't watching that shit.
Don't like. It's not good. Like for me personally. Like I like Kofi. You seem to have like the same thing I do. Same with Jack. Like don't just skip. Just skip it. You can skip. You can skip. Also, David. I also I did play Heavy Rain. It's on my PSN profile. Please don't say I didn't play this game because I did.
Up the receipt.
You can go back and
you go.
Oh man, this guy got I never even knew he got a PSN profile. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like for my PS3, like
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is an older game.
Alex, you need to play Until Dawn. I think you'll like that game, fam.
I don't know, dude. David Cage is just so pretentious.
No, that ain't David. He didn't do Until Dawn.
Until Dawn is actually good.
Until Dawn actually got decent writing and so far.
Until Dawn is decent. And like I'm not
that's not Quantic Dream though, right?
That's not Quantic. Okay, I'm sorry, I got confused.
It's like a point and click type situation.
It's not Quantic Dream though.
So what's it called? Until Dawn, the horror one where you can like choose who dies and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much. Well, your actions kind of. Decide that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that game is like a 6 out of 10.
That's a game that don't take itself seriously though.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be horrible, but it's actually pretty good.
Did y'all play
it's entertaining.
Hidden Agenda? It's from the same people. It came out last.
I need to get that.
It's real short. You have to play it with a tablet though. You have to download the link. You can't use it.
That play link shit.
Oh, it's a play link game.
Yeah, it's short. It's only a few hours, but I think Until Dawn is better, but it's kind of similar in the way they put the game together, but you don't walk around at all. You're literally just answering. Yeah, there's no control over the characters whatsoever. Yeah,
I kind of want to get that in stream. Then I think that'd be good.
That might be fun.
Don't they got like the Inpatient coming out too by then?
Yeah, that's what I want to play that, bro. And that's a prequel to Until Dawn too.
Yeah, it's about the insane asylum from Until Dawn.
I want to play
that was one of my favorite parts of Until Dawn.
It comes out Tuesday.
But you have to use PSVR?
Yeah.
I know, bro. I want to play the game so bad too, bro.
Yo, Chase, you have a PSVR?
No, I got an Oculus.
How are you with it? Like, does it make sense?
Shit, man.
I used to have it. I got rid of it because I get sick.
It's cool for what it is, but like that's a novelty. If people come over, like my brother come over, or like I have a group of people over, like somebody always wants to like play with it. But like for me to just get in there and be in there doing a game session, I never like it's entertaining to make YouTube videos because people like to see it. But like outside of that, 45 minutes is probably the longest I could have that headset on. And that's not 45 minutes straight. That's just a 45-minute session of me playing with that because it gets hot in there and I'm good on that.
It feels like there's still so many things to work out. Like the resolution is too low. There's still like a screen door effect.
The sensors are off.
Yeah, my sensors are off. I guess I got having motion. I got weak G's or some shit. That shit just make me sick, man. I played a game Adrift. Whoo!
Play Resident Evil with that shit on.
My stomach was turning, dog. Oh man,
Resident Evil 7 VR. You won't survive, man. That's just ridiculous.
I did 30 minutes. I got to do like a 30-minute demo of Skyrim VR, and man, it messed me up.
Really?
Not only the movement, but just the fact that in that game you teleport around. It's one of those games where, like, instead of walking, you literally just point where you want to go with the left PlayStation Move controller, and then click, and you teleport there. Your body thinks it's moving, but it's not moving, so it feels like you'll constantly feel like, it feels like.
But I feel like Skyrim in VR would be super awesome. But the problem is, like, it has to be done so right. Because the thing is, Skyrim is one of those games where you're like, I'm going to put on a couple of blankets. I'm going to have a couple of drinks. It's cold. I'm going to get comfy, and I'm going to play this and just relax.
Chase will definitely die playing Adrift. You would definitely die.
Yo, somebody was playing Mirror's Edge in VR.
Oh, no.
Stop.
I can't play this shit on the regular TV.
It's me too. I can't play it.
Oh, I love that game, man.
Yeah, I love
that game. Well, the first one, the second one is ass.
Yeah, I beat the second one last year. It was alright. The first one was definitely better.
I played the beta for the second one. Trash.
Yeah, man. The first one was good. The second one was trash.
Second one, yes. First one was definitely my favorite one.
It's a great example of a game that should not have gone open world. It's like the first one made sense because it's just like, keep running straight. All right, did you run straight? Congratulations. Whereas this one was like, how do you feel about running straight? It's like, I don't want to do that.
It's like a mental gymnastics thing on top of physical one.
Yeah,
it didn't make me sick. You guys felt sick like playing it?
No, just bored.
Oh yeah. I feel sick playing it. Yo, headsets are the only thing that makes me. I'm not even like a guy who gets like queasy when he goes in like roller coasters or anything. It's just something about VR. I don't know if it's the resolution. I don't know. Like,
it's probably the frame rate, and it's probably the resolution.
Yeah, it's both of them. Yeah,
it's both of those things probably. Yeah.
They need
until they
make it feel more lifelike, more lifelike.
They got a lower resolution to get their frame. They got to keep their frame rate high.
Well, the thing is that the resolution is too low. You get what's called a screen door effect, so it looks like you're looking through like a screen door, and that's what makes it worse. And then if there's any motion blur, that makes it even worse.
Oh man, yo, GT Sport had me fucked up. I couldn't play 5 minutes. 5 minutes before I had to take it off. Like, it's not enjoyable. Like, I find the whole like immersion super cool, but like the way it makes me feel, like I'd be sweating. I feel like I'm a yak. Like,
yeah.
Like, I can't enjoy it. I'm like, yo, let me just brute force through this, and like maybe my body will get used to it. It's not working out.
But they also want to do like the VR treadmills on top of that stuff now too.
Oh hell no!
Have you seen that?
That's too much, man.
Like that's like back like we're like in the 90s again, like at Blockbuster Golf and Games. Like, put all this stuff on, get in this thing, put this here, grab that, and you're like, this is not fun.
Oh, when you're like doing that first person shooter and like you're actually running on the treadmill, like you that's how you move in the game.
Did y'all see they're building this thing? I think it's in Germany right now. It's a full prototype facility that's built, and you basically put on VR goggles, but they're just wireless. And basically what they do is you're inside of this giant like maze, like picture like a giant paintball field, and everybody's running around, but through your VR, it actually detects the environment, and it basically makes it look like you're in either a horror game or a SWAT situation and stuff. So basically it's like a video game that you're actually running around in. So it's a cool looking prototype, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Have you guys been to those arcades? I remember when I was a kid. I don't know if this is just a fucked up memory, but I remember there was like Tekken, but you could actually throw your hands and punch and kick.
Oh yeah, got like the
we got to think. It was called Palladium over here.
Well, they had that for the Genesis too, right?
Well,
it was like the
literally
or something like that.
But this is when I was a youth, so I was like a kid. Like, you could literally punch.
Yeah, here we go. It was for the Genesis.
Oh yeah, maybe that was it.
Genesis,
I was young as shit. I was young as shit though, so. Can't really remember too well.
Let me see if I'll Google that.
You guys remember something
Google
like that?
Shows.
They had the Ready to Rumble arcade edition where you was able to put on the boxing gloves and stuff like that.
I did that. I used to live next to this arcade that would get Japanese machines all the time, and they used to have this Japanese boxing game where you actually had to put on these 5-pound gloves. Yep. So for the first couple of rounds, you're doing okay, and then by a while, my little stick ass starts just being like, "Oh God, I can't punch."
Yep. So it's Kofi. You're talking about the Sega Activator.
Yeah, because I know that shit exists. It's like a lost memory of mine or some shit a little bit. Because I was so young.
Each little part had like up, down, back, right, punch, kick, and you would put your hand over it and it would read it through infrared.
I don't know. I remember like you could punch. You literally didn't have to put no gloves or no controllers on. You just like literally punch and kick, and like the Tekken shit would like move. Like it was lit. I remember that shit as a kid though. But all right, let's move on to one of the last few topics we have for today. Amy Hennig is dying to make a new game, man. She's been getting bad luck, guys, man.
Yeah.
First, what happened?
She should make an indie game is what she needs to do.
What happened? Jack, you know the whole situation with Naughty Dog. What happened there? Quickly.
Yeah, well, Amy Hennig hasn't shipped a game since Uncharted 3, which released in what was that, November 1st, 2011. So
why she leave Naughty Dog? She get fired, right? Something like that, right?
No, well, she left on a core. It was going like sour. It's a lot of rumors to that, but she was originally, directing Uncharted. Well, I don't know if she was directing, but she was definitely writing Uncharted 4.
She was writing it, right?
Yeah,
she was like the direction, right?
Yeah, then she ended up leaving that project, which she worked on since 2011, I'm assuming. So from 2011 till 2014, 2015, she was working on that. So she left that. Then she went to go work for Visceral, EA. They was making a new Star Wars game. She was working on that. And they closed down goddamn Visceral Games, man. So that game has never come out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we ain't gonna see an Amy Hennig game anytime soon. It looks like it's gonna take a couple of years. Maybe
especially if you go indie.
It was another story that she was working like I want to say 15 hours a day nonstop for like years, and so you can see how that weigh on somebody emotionally, dog.
Yeah,
just imagine looking back on your life. You work 15 hours and you got like nothing to show for
you don't get
7 years. Like, come on,
that's crazy. I feel bad for her. Hopefully, she can get a game out to the people, man. Because Uncharted 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time, even though I'm apparently a Nintendo.
Very lit game. Very lit.
I got the platinum trophy in that too. Yeah.
Oh man.
God of War Special Edition.
Sorry, I dropped my chapstick.
God of War Special Edition.
Nothing about God of War unless it's a release.
Big facts, taking it. We're hearing everything about this game, but the release date. Like, what's going on? Why did I think they're like trolling us at this point because they know we want a release date. They're showing us collector's editions. We're seeing shit from Game Informer. Like, when are they dropping this game, fam? We know that the leak date from the PSN store was March 22nd. Yeah. I still believe it's that date. I still believe that the game's coming out in March.
This year?
This year.
Did you see the director of the game was tweeting last night? He was tweeting at Neil Druckmann, and they were joking about shipping games to each other. Like, all right, man, I'll tell you what, when Last of Us 2's ready, I'll send you the first early copy, but you got to send me God of War. And he sent back a copy of him holding a box that says like an actual God of War case. Like, clearly they've finished the case, and he's like, all right, man, I'll mail you this copy. And then he says, like, afterward, like, this is just a mock-up. There's not a disc in there. I'm sure people are going to freak out.
And they're trolling like crazy.
They're definitely trolling.
They're almost as bad as Nintendo with that direct.
About ate my homework
that was
shit like that. That PSX had me tight, man. I ate my home, or what do you say, ate the game or some shit like that.
Imagine being there, Kofi.
I know you're there too. You're there too. Oh man.
Yeah, I still think it's coming out in March.
Everyone's saying Super Bowl. It's not the first time I see the Raven guy saying in the chat saying Super Bowl. Everyone's saying that they're gonna announce it during Super Bowl.
Bro, I just want the announcement soon. I think it's gonna be before that. Like
the week before.
Little run that he got.
Say pre-orders are low. Of course they're low, man. Where's the release date?
Yeah, don't nobody know when it's fucking coming out. Why you can't talk about pre-orders though? Who is that?
Who is pre-ordering games?
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I preloaded a game. I'm not going to think, but it's not like something common that I do. But what if it's a game I really like and it's like on Steam or some shit? Like sometimes I do get it early, so it's just preloaded and ready to go. I don't really do it for like the bonuses. Like I really don't care about.
You're not pre-ordering a game that ain't got a release date though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that shit coming out. This shit can get to next year. Like
I'm pretty sure when they do announce the release date, you're gonna see this shit, climb higher in like Amazon and stuff like that. And it's gonna
definitely. When I woke up and got on Twitter the other day, I saw the special edition. I was like, oh shit, it got a release date. I'm scrolling through Twitter for about bro, where's the release date at, bro?
All that's important. We just got to make sure that God of War outsells cardboard. All right, that's all I'm asking.
I know, right, guys.
I'm keeping
it's gonna do well.
Amazon charts, man.
It's gonna do well.
Yeah. We just want a release date. That's all.
Yeah, we just want a release date. That's all.
What comes in the edition? Like a statue or
some like trinkets, the game, obviously, some pictures,
a lithograph,
steel case, maybe.
Yeah, steel book.
Yes,
I like steel books, man.
I like lithographs. Just I can hang it on my wall and go, look at me, I'm an artist.
Oh, fancy!
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna get the collector's edition. I'm not gonna get it.
No, neither do I.
The last collector's edition I got was Breath of the Wild, and before that, God knows when. I think it was Uncharted 3. The last time.
I just ain't got nowhere to put any of that extra shit. Like when I get like a new gaming room, I want to try and like set up some. Like,
yo, Ricky got a nice setup, man.
Yeah, I watched the video.
Yo, Tracer, we got a nice setup, man. I like the little case he got. Yeah,
I'm ready to hate, but
Ricky actually got a really nice setup, man. Shout out to Ricky, man.
I got some ideas from him, and actually, Robin Gaming got a dope setup too. So
yeah.
I'll get collector's editions when I got the space.
My problem is that because I have the Brio Logitech webcam, it's such a wide angle that for me to get a green screen would take up a very large area.
I got
you guys have two?
You got the 4K camera?
Yeah, I got the 4K. Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's nice. I want to get that. I want to get one.
So my videos are looking so much nicer, but I haven't made content in like 3 weeks.
Oh well.
We're playing games. That's what's going on, man.
Playing video games, yeah.
That's hard to say.
Well, I've also been playing. So I played and I completed Deep Space Waifu. That was great.
Oh my god!
I saw a little bit of that.
That game was a 10 out of 10. And then I was gifted Genital Jousting. So we're gonna.
Oh my god!
Man, somebody gifted you Genital.
Somebody gifted me Genital Jousting.
You can't stream it though, huh?
So I can stream it on YouTube. I can't do it on Twitch.
Really, YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube allows it, but not Twitch. So YouTube also, Twitch also does not allow Honey Pop, so I can't play that either because people were telling me to play Honey Pop.
Man, they was doing Honey Pop on YouTube last year.
Yeah. Well, I know they just came out with a General Jousting just got a story mode, which God only knows what that's. And I saw like a bunch of videos pop up on my feed this morning. It was like General Jousting, extreme not safe for work warning. Do not click this if parents are nearby. Like, okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna stream that this weekend, and then maybe I'm gonna start playing original Unreal. Playing some old games. That'd be fun.
Nice to be gamer shit.
And that's a podcast. Basically, we covered every topic that I wanted to talk about. Real quick, I forgot one. The Dragon Ball beta. Anyone play that over here?
Tons.
No.
I think I put 7 hours into it.
How you liking it?
Extremely good, man. Day one, I was kicking everybody's ass, getting tons of wins. Day two, now that they're doing the secondary beta, all of a sudden, all the champions have come out of the woodwork. I have gotten flawless. There's like 10 matches now that I've lost where I didn't even take down one of his characters.
FGC pulled up.
Yeah, you get double perfected.
Not quite. Not that. I'll usually. I mean, if it looks like it's coming down to that, I'll just start spamming laser beams, like one key blast. So I don't want to get a double perfect.
Yeah. You know what I heard? That came across my timeline that Dragon Ball Fighters got loot boxes. Ooh.
Yeah. Isn't it cosmetic though?
It sounded like
that's what I heard.
Hey, Kofi, you getting a special edition?
For now, no, I'm not. I want it, but I'm not gonna.
I saw that statue. Look kind of nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
So all the people, including myself, right? I'm extremely hyped for Dragon Ball Fighters. Who's boycotting this? Because I remember a lot of people giving me a lot of shit for buying Shadow of War.
A
lot of people giving me a lot of shit. So
I didn't spend no money.
Yeah, I bought it too. I didn't spend no money either. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people gave me hell for buying that game.
Kofi about to grab his ankles again.
So see, that's the biggest damage control that I see people saying, oh, it's only cosmetic. Like that shit used to never be free before. Like that's the biggest form of damage control. I feel like if you damage control for that, or if you're not for loot boxes, should be not for loot boxes, period. Like
I'm not for any loot boxes at all.
Yeah, only
cosmetic ones.
Damage
no, not even cosmetic. I hate the fact that CS:GO has them.
The fact that they say it's only, you're already damage controlling.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like cosmetics were part of the game before. It shouldn't be part of it.
Alternate costumes, all this cool shit used to be just unlockables once upon a time.
And what's even worse is like
everyone is so accustomed to cosmetics being behind microtransactions.
Yeah.
It's just cosmetics.
No, cosmetics. Nigga. And the thing is, like, here's the thing. So it is a bullshit argument because I'm just going to lay it out right now. People like to dress up their characters and make their characters look cool. That's what they like to do. Everyone likes to be like, oh, shoot, that guy looks really awesome, or this girl looks really great. That's a great costume for it. I want to get that same thing.
Oh,
it's like in Halo 3, when you got the Hayabusa armor, you were like, yo, this guy
all the skulls.
Yeah, I remember. You know what I'm saying? So to go through and to be able to customize your character the way you want it to look, to play it, set up, and to do that, but then lock it behind a paywall is Garbo when we used to just get it for free as part of the game. Cosmetics should not cost you money.
Oh man, you preaching right now.
Okay, so saying the things like, oh, it's just cosmetic is just as bad as going off and being like, well, now they're doing gameplay things, because they're still abusing you as a gamer to then change the way you play and customize things in order to charge you more things for things that should have been in the game in the first place. So the just cosmetic argument is garbage.
It is trash, and your best friend Black Bond likes to use that shit all the time to damage control too. So you need to get at him too.
I gotta get at him too about that.
What's it called? Yes, I hear there is in-game currency which you can do it, like in Shadow of War, right?
Man, that shit
in-game currency, right? In-game currency. So
they don't give you enough.
Well, in Shadow of War,
they never will.
And none of the games, they have items just like the mobile games that are going to cost you so much in-game currency that you will never, ever, ever earn that amount.
Yeah,
that's how they do it.
Street Fighter was like that
too. Yeah, Street Fighter's like that, which is bullshit. Like that's the thing about Street Fighter. Like it was kind of refreshing playing Odyssey when you have all these costumes and shit that you just got from just playing the game and shit like that. Yeah. Like I play a lot of Street Fighter. I've almost
imagine if they put the Mario 64 costume behind a paywall.
Yeah, dudes can attest to this. I play Street Fighter like every day with Gears of War and PUBG. Like that's my rotations every day on Twitch. For like the past like 2 months I've been doing this, and like it's just bullshit. Like the fights currency system is so trash. Like I kind of hate the fact all these costumes are under freaking like these fight money, and it's so hard to get. You have to keep on playing it. Oh, they're like, oh, you can buy these characters, or you could waste all these hours to unlock these. Like it just sucks. It just sucks.
So for me, the only time something like that should be implemented is when the game is free.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you are totally you are completely in the thought process of this game is free. There is no monetary investment. Therefore, I understand they're going to abuse my time in order to get money out of me. But if I pay more than $25 for a video game, that game better not have any sort of microtransactions like a mobile game. Because when you see it happen, like what game just did it recently? There was Overwatch. Overwatch just did it with their Overwatch League. They created a new currency in Overwatch that you have to buy. They made over 300 costumes, part of each character in each team that people want to get. Everybody loves to dress up their Overwatch characters. And now you got to spend $100 to get only 28 costumes, but you're still short money to get the full set of costumes.
Let's keep it a buck. That's why I kind of went on that rant back in there, because let's keep it a buck here, man. Like, look, we all going, make that, sacrifice for a game that you really want to play. It is what it is. In 2018, games are costing a lot to make, clearly, right? Look at these budgets that are to make these games, right? So these developers are going to try and find any means to make money. You just got to be smart and not get finessed by it.
It ain't doing that.
If their next game don't have some sort of loot box, I'll be surprised, man.
And they said they ain't doing that shit, man. There's games that give free DLCs and maybe some paid DLCs.
They rare, man.
I have an issue where, all right, you want alternate costumes. I don't like it, but whatever. But let people buy this shit. They are now making it. You're buying a chance to get it. Like that's even worse.
Yeah, that's even worse.
So it went from free to microtransits to random generators.
But that's because they know people gonna buy it though. Yeah. If you don't get the costume you want after 28, damn, let me just go and drop this other 100.
No, but what makes it even worse, Jack, what makes it even worse is people make YouTube videos and they go, yo, check out my unboxing stream. Yeah, and there's unboxed a knife.
I heard that shit's really popular for like
it is.
Let me tell you, there are people, there's a guy that does nothing but unboxes. He spends $400 every time he makes a video to unbox CSGO skins.
I know a guy who does it.
That's why this shit not going away. You already know Red Dead Redemption 2 is
terrible. And then but here's the thing though, Kofi. He gets 2 knives, and each knife in CSGO is like $300. Like he makes money doing these unboxings.
And those are tax write-offs. So he's not losing any money anyway.
Exactly.
So that's another reason I'm super mad at Metal Gear Survive. Is Metal Gear Survive has crazy microtransactions. Like when you beat a mission, the better you do, the more loot crates you get, which give you like random supplies, more gear and stuff.
I hate it all, man. I really do, man. But sometimes you can't avoid it to play some of these fucking games, though. Like shit, like damn.
Now they doing.
like Dragon Ball, like yo, you just gotta ignore the loot boxes in the game, man. You want to play the game.
They doing collections now where they like you got to get this 10-piece suit. You know what I mean? The 10-piece costume. You got to have every piece to wear that shit. So you unboxing all these boxes in hopes to get the piece. You 9 out of 10. I need this last motherfucking piece. I can't buy it, so I got to keep opening boxes. And now I spent $500, and I still am 9 out of 10 with this weak ass outfit.
Shit, remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh cards trying to get.
Oh, they're doing that shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you guys think they're gonna go away?
Hell no. Why would they?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, never. Someone asked on the chat. I just wanted to ask you guys.
Not if we want games to keep being 60.
I remember back.
But see, don't bring that bull into my house about games being 60. Like that's like don't. I'm sorry. No. And so people are like, oh, but Alex, for inflation, for inflation. But you know what? Markets change, economies change. There's no more distribution chains anymore. It's all done digital. All of these savings that we should have had as consumers coming through because they don't have to pay for shelf space, they don't have to pay for end cabinets, they don't have to pay for shipping the
budgets are getting bigger.
It's all digital now. All that money that we should be getting as consumers being saved, they're making hand over fist because they don't have to pay GameStop. They don't have to do anything. And all they're going to do is pump up the marketing dollar to spend more money that way. So they're charging 70 in order to then gain more money because they're going to spend more money in marketing than they do developing. And marketing budgets cost as much as the actual game.
Yeah.
Because Witcher 3 costs what, 40 million to make and 40 million to budget. Surprise for marketing. That's a problem.
You know, they could make digital games cheaper, but you know why they don't do that though? Because if they do that, Best Buy, Walmart, they're going to pull the games from out the store.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, now buying physical is actually better because there's a limited quantity and there's shelf space and they're discounting it all the time because digital's not getting those discounts. That's why everybody waits for Steam sales because buying $60 day one digital doesn't make any sense. You get a Steam sale, you get 40% off. Now that
physical games are definitely cheaper than digital games.
Then you got like things like Best Buy, Gamers Club, and things like that.
It doesn't and like all this stuff like, oh, I'll pay $10 more for the price of games to go up to $70. That's crazy. That's absolutely out of your mind. There's no more shortages with cartridges. There's no more issues with any of that stuff. There's nothing of those problems anymore. The market has changed. That same mentality does not matter. If you're going to talk business,
you don't think gaming budgets are going up?
No, gaming budgets are going up. That's not the thing is the gaming budget goes up, but the marketing budget is going up with it too. That's the problem. So they're caring more about spending money on.
I think they'll find a way to.
You got a market like especially
Southwest. I think Evolve is a great example. Evolve had a giant statue that was $500,000 that they carried around from PAX to PAX. The game wasn't even shipped yet.
There's also a big problem of profit projections. So many of these companies now, everybody wants to try and make Call of Duty money. So like, I feel like Dead Space is a great example of this. Is every Dead Space made profit. Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 shipped over their expected numbers, but under their projected numbers. So they ended up shutting down the studio, being like, "You guys failed." Like, no, we didn't. We made you $70 million. Like, oops, sorry, no, you're a failure. Like, what the hell?
Be like that sometime.
Yeah. On that, we're gonna close the podcast, man. It's been a great show. I don't want to keep you guys here too long, man. I'm trying to play some games before I go to bed.
Yep.
We go
for the rant, by the way. I popped off for a little bit.
We're gonna do the outros real quick. We'll start off with the panel. Erica.
You caught me eating pizza.
With no cheese.
Better be. No cheese.
A lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
Oh man, we definitely gotta expose. Oh, hold on, we gotta definitely expose Jamie in front of Chase right now. Yo, Chase, this man eats pizza with no cheese. What is that, bro?
Hey, I can't eat dairy, so.
Oh my God! Oh, we got another one on the podcast. We got another one. Oh man,
Chase a real one.
Oh man, man.
I'll stop this.
But
y'all eating fucking bread and sauce, bro.
Tomato toast.
Yeah, but taste it. Pineapple pizza or no pineapple pizza, man?
Pineapple pizza, bro.
Yeah. Okay, yo.
He's
back on the winning team. He's back on the winning team. There we go. How about you, Dreamcast guy? How about you, man? Pineapple pizza or no pineapple pizza?
God, no. That is an abomination to
God. Thank you. Someone with sense.
I like this guy.
We're never having this guy back on the podcast, man. We never having him back on the podcast.
I know I like this guy.
Oh man, and I like them too, man. Oh,
Dreamcast guy, you're a 10 out of 10, sir.
I try.
But
Erica, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a good podcast. I'm still on that Persona 5, letting you guys know my little update.
Oh,
I got my first.
I beat that thing, boy. Let's go.
Got my first waifu on the game. But yeah, when I beat it, Jack, me and you, we gotta talk Persona. We just gotta talk about it. But yeah, guys, good podcast. I'll see you next week. Aircuts for the win. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
Alex.
That's it.
Thanks everybody for coming by. Check out the CSAs next week. I will be streaming this weekend as well. We are playing the Broadband Bullies this Friday night at 8:30 Eastern in Gears. That's going to be fun, and keep it gaming and just have a good time.
Jack.
Appreciate everybody for watching today, man. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Jack Move Johnny. Y'all know how to get in touch with me, man. PSN too, but I don't really fuck with y'all like that, so don't be hitting me up on there. I think that's it though. Yeah.
And J-Man.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all check me out on my YouTube channel because as of February 20th, YouTube is taking away my $5 a month allowance.
No.
No
subscribe to J-Man, please, quick. He needs to get to 1,000.
Yeah, I don't meet the requirement. Every time I get somewhere, they always change the requirements on me. So they don't want to see the brother win.
Just keep putting out content though. I think
you're almost there, man.
No, but hold on, I gotta interrupt you, J-Man. See, Dreamcast guy put something in the chat that's just corrected at every way. Eating booty is greater than all. He knows.
Can we not do this on my outro?
He knows.
Oh man, Dreamcast guy about that life. All right, I see you.
Just use it as motivation. Just keep.
Nah, when I put out content, people do mess with it, so I just got to put more content out. That's
you'll get there.
You just gotta push that content, fam.
Yeah, YouTube, Twitter, JMain518. Check me out, and y'all have a good night, man.
And our two guests, big shout out for them pulling up, man. Really do appreciate it. We're gonna start off with Dreamcast Guy.
Yeah, you can just follow me Twitter, YouTube, Dreamcast Guy. I'm working on a review right now for Dragon Ball Fighter Z and probably Monster Hunter World. So I should be getting both those pretty soon. So expect videos on that next week.
Nice.
Yeah. And Chase.
Well, you was on a podcast, what was that? 3 weeks ago?
Maybe 3 weeks ago, yeah.
Remember, you told me to get you was talking about Persona 5. I bought that game.
What's up?
I know liked it, bro. I swear to God, I have 96 hours on that game.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I'm getting ready to fight. I don't want to do any spoilers, but I'm at the casino. I'm getting ready.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
I didn't look at all these. This game is unreal, man.
You love it, huh?
I never played any of these games. Yeah, this shit, it got me, man.
Facts, yo, I low key not saying I introduced the Chase person, but I did introduce Persona 5 to a lot of people after I was talking about it throughout my whole playthrough. A lot of people hopped on Persona 5.
But don't forget who told you to hop on.
After a lot of people told you
Persona 4 Golden.
A lot of people told me to hop on Persona about it. But I spread the word, people. I got a lot of people on Persona 5 to put some respect on my name, Zine. All right. But yeah, Persona 5 is absolutely fantastic. My favorite game last year. Second close.
That final boss annoying as fuck though.
Oh man.
We ain't gonna talk about that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I ain't ready.
But yeah. So that's it, Chase.
That's it.
All right, guys. You guys know where to find us every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. It was a good podcast. You can check us out also on SoundCloud, which I've been loafing to upload the last episode. I'm gonna drop both of them today, and this episode. And you can find us on iTunes as well, man. Hit the like button. Really do appreciate it. Especially for the two big guests we had on today. Really do appreciate them rolling through to the Little Guys channel. And yeah, we'll see you guys real soon. Take it easy, people.